G'day and welcome to day 3 of fresh French whites, an isolated 6-day wine course. So we're on our 3rd and final day of isolation, which is a pity. You know, we had the excitement of the first 3 days of everyone just wanting wine, so I spent it delivering wine, and then this morning baling hay, and then this afternoon working on the new website. So I'm mentally exhausted and physically exhausted, which is just a combination that can only be fixed with half a bottle of wine. So ipso facto, we are drinking a 2015, oh, I've just got to negotiate this, 1 second. All right, just a little bit of wine spilled. A 2015 Domaine de Caillottes, also known as Jean Pabiot, Fume, Kimeride, which is their prestige cuvee. They're not single site. They've got 30 hectares, 29 hectares, sorry, and 30 different parcels scattered across Fume. They're based in the village of Le Loge. And they have an array of vineyards which are grown on Kimeride and clay, very, very similar to Chablis. And this is where they select the parcels or the fruit or the wine for this wine. And they release it a little bit later. So 2015 is the latest release, and it is nothing short of beautiful. Sauvignon Blanc from Fume or Pouilly is the region. But when you see a wine named Pouilly, Chasselas, and when you see Fume, it's a very smoky Sauvignon Blanc. Whoop, a little bit of wine just went out to the grapes, the vine, sorry. Now, the difference between Sancerre and Fume, which is each side of the Loire River. For me, Sancerre, I'm just going to put this on autopilot. Oh, that's a bit much. Sancerre has a touch more sort of herbaceousness, and Fume has a little bit more of that smoky sort of gunflint character, particularly in this wine. However, there can, of course, be different styles. Now, the Americans, and followed suit by some other New World countries, started making Sauvignon Blanc in a Fume style, which was supposedly sort of an oaked Sauvignon Blanc, which isn't the style of Fume traditionally. While now they use glass-lined tiled tanks or stainless steel or concrete. Some use barrels, but traditionally, over the last few centuries, they've used very, very large foederers, so a couple of 1,000 litre old wooden vessels. So they don't impart any of that sort of new oak sort of quince over the top sort of flavour that you'd find in an American Fume style. But what they do have, what does make it stand out, is that that minerality, that struck match, that flintiness. Absolutely no Sauvignon Blanc sort of overt sort of flavours that you'd find in the New World. And after they select the most Kimeride rich parcels, they only make it in the best years. 15% of the cuvee has a sort of a light, sort of few hours skip maceration. And what that does is it gives it a little bit more texture, a little bit more terroir, as the best Burgundian producers do. Rouleau and the like, they do sort of 8 hours skin contact and that sort of thing with their Chardonnays. It's, supposedly the best way to sort of derive a little bit more terroir, minerality, and the like out of the fruit. Now, from there, they've got these beautiful underground tanks, just like we talked about in Muscadet last night, tiled. They look very, very nice. Fume are a little bit more expensive than Muscadet, so you go down and you see these tiled tanks, and they really do look like a luxury sort of bathroom. you know, lined with glass, and they again just sit on there, fine lees, and when they're ready to bottle, they bottle. But the end result is just something absolutely beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. And it truly doesn't look any older than 2019, even though this particular wine is 2015, and it really is fresh as a daisy. We'll go for a burn this way. So, I feel drastically better already after bailing home, working on the website. I don't actually know what I've just said for the last 5 minutes or so, but it's been fun. So, all the best, and back to normal life tomorrow. But we'll just pretend that we're still isolated for a few days. Cheers. Très bon.